Okay, good morning. Thank you for joining me for this latest webinar on furlough. So we've now had the furlough scheme confirmed. We've now got the web portal open, and hopefully you've been able to get onto that portal and get your submission sent in. The payments are due out in about 6 working days, and I know there've been a lot of applications. I think it was applications from or on behalf of something like 1.3 million furloughed staff in the first 24 hours. So hopefully you're getting on okay with the web portal. But obviously, if there's any issues, please do let us know. We've had some rumours of a few technical glitches, but generally it seems to be working quite well. So we're now turning our focus and our attention onto post furlough. We still don't know how the government is going to undo the furlough scheme, how they're going to wind down the support that they are providing, but inevitably it is going to happen, and it is going to happen soon. So we're going to run a series of webinars. This is the first one on post furlough leave, the next steps, the things you need to be thinking about, the scenarios you need to be running through from an employment law perspective to try and make sure you get out of this situation as smoothly as you can and with your business still intact. So we've got some slides which I'll share with you now. So as I say, we're going to run a series of these. This first one is just an overview of the sorts of things you need to be thinking about, the homework you need to be doing in order to reach the correct conclusions, reach the right decisions for your business. So first things first, from an employment law perspective, of course, one of the key considerations is going to be redundancies and restructuring the business. Redundancy costs can be horrendously expensive, and it is well worth, we would recommend going through this process of working out exactly what it would cost for each employee to be made redundant. And we've put a suggested sort of very simple grid there of the sort of spreadsheet you want to be putting together: name, their start date, which is key as to whether they've got protection from customers, or what their notice pay will cost, their redundancy pay, and then their holiday pay on a random given day. Let's say, just for argument's sake, 1st of July. This doesn't have to be absolutely accurate. As I say, we don't know what any termination date might be, things like that, but it will give you a good guide for what your potential costs are going forward. And there may be additional columns to add in if they've got a company car, or they've got benefits, other things available to them, other costs to your business that are worth reflecting upon as additional costs. But this gives you a basic start point, and it's well worth putting that together from everyone from the top, the managing director, all the way down to the very bottom, so that you've got that overview of what it would cost in various scenarios. And you then want to be looking at what are we going to need? What is customer demand going to be looking like in 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months? Of course, it is complete guesswork for the vast majority of businesses. We just don't know. But you can run through a number of scenarios. If our customer demand, if our instructions, if our orders are at 25% of normal capacity, if they're at 50%, 75%, that kind of planning and scenario building. You then need to reflect on the skill sets that you need. What skills do you need from your staff? What skills are absolutely critical to the business? And obviously there are some key ones, sort of the sales staff, people who have particular qualifications or knowledge, people like the IT department. Of course, if you're going to have people working remotely for 3 months, 6 months, a year, they need to be supported. So work your way through all of those elements. You also need to, let's face it, look at the employee's mentality. Are they a grafter? Are they a slacker, how have they reacted to being furloughed? Have they taken it well? Have they sort of recognized that it's necessary for the business, or have they taken it very badly and not really pulled together as part of the team? All of those elements will come into it. And fundamentally then, the final point is cash. Cash is king. You need to be able to pay the salaries, you need to be able to pay the redundancies, you need to know what cash is available. And of course, you've got the furlough pay coming in, you've hopefully got the business support loans that are available to you. So all of those factors need to be reflected upon in order to then make your best decisions as to what you do with your staff. As I say, we'll do some more webinars, and we'll do one probably later today on those with less than 2 years service. But those with less than 2 years service are key candidates really for being made redundant. Firstly, they don't generally have protection from unfair dismissal, so you can look at making them redundant. Secondly, without running any processes or anything like that. And secondly, they have no right to a redundancy payment. So actually, the process is easier and the cost is less of making those people redundant. But equally, they may be the individuals who have the skill sets that you need. And that's why on the previous slide we said, look at the skill sets. What is it that you really need before immediately knee-jerking into, oh, well, they've got less than 2 years service, let's move them on. That may be the answer, but it needs reflecting upon. Then you need to look at those with more than 2 years service and what redundancies are you potentially going to need. Now, if you're going to be looking at redundancies of less than 20, well, then that is individual consultation and you can process that in the normal way. But if you're looking at making more than 20 people redundant, you're potentially looking at collective consultation, collective redundancies, through trade unions or or employee representatives, and that on the one hand adds layers of complexity, but equally it can be a positive thing, because if the trade unions have negotiated the package, they've helped create the structure, when there are the redundancies, there's far less likely to be the claims that follow. So there's pros and cons to each, and we'll do a webinar on each shortly to help give you a bit more detail on that. So those are the immediate concerns you need to look at, the immediate things you need to be reflecting upon, and as I say, really the homework that you need to put in place in order to help educate you, and most as to the decisions you're making, and most businesses will already be well on the road to that. We will be doing some more webinars, as I say, on some of these topics over the next day or two, so keep a lookout for those. And if you've got any questions or queries, please do contact me. My details are there on the slide.